Hello everyone and welcome. You know the holidays are just around the corner, so I'm already looking around for great gifts to give to friends and family. This time of the year, I also like to share the cool items that I find with my viewers. That way, if you see something that you like, maybe I can help you find that special gift that you were looking for. So the other day I came across this full-featured yet very affordable OBD2 scan tool from Launch. This is a full-featured OBD2 scanner with bidirectional control, full system diagnosing, and 31 special function resets, all at a very reasonable price. So if you know someone that likes to do their own vehicle diagnosing, then this may be the perfect gift for the holidays. If you've been looking for a full-featured yet affordable OBD2 scanner for yourself or to give to someone as a gift, then stick around as I unbox and test this puppy. Alright guys, so when you unbox this puppy, this is everything you get. So let's talk a little bit about some of the features that this guy has, but before we get started testing this guy, do me a big favor and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. That way you get notified every time I do another product review, DIY project, or a sale at a big box store where I can help you save even more money. Alright then, so this is a CRP919X BT Elite OBD2 scan tool from Launch, available on eBay, link in description below. At the time of making this video, this unit retails for $409. So what do you get included when you unbox this guy? Well, you get the scanner itself, you get a nice hard storage case to keep it all in when you're not using it, you get the owner's manual, tells you everything about this guy, how to get it set up and so forth, you get the OBD2 dongle and a cable to connect it up to your vehicle, you get the power cord, and you get a USB cable if you want to hook this up to a printer or anything else, and you get different units to hook it up to power anywhere throughout the world. Now this is a full-featured, all-system, OE-level diagnostic scan tool that can scan all the modules in your vehicle and also works with CAN-FD, TOIP, and FCA auto-auth, plus it can also do ECU coding. This unit works on the Android 10 operating system, and it has 4 GB of RAM and 64 GB of ROM. This unit has a 7-inch touchscreen display with a resolution of 1024 by 600 and is powered up by a 6300 mAh battery for a long runtime. This unit also has built-in speakers and an 8 megapixel camera on the rear, which can be very convenient with documenting your work. This scanner can do bidirectional testing of various systems in your vehicle, plus it also has 31 reset or special functions such as oil reset, SAS, ABS bleeding, IMMO, EGR relearn, throttle relearn, injection coding, TPMS, DPF, and many more. This unit is wireless with a Bluetooth dongle and allows you to do diagnosing or bidirectional commands from a distance of up to 10 meters or 33 feet away from the vehicle. This unit makes diagnosing multiple vehicles easier by having auto VIN and can also store and print out all your vehicle information, which is great for a shop or even a DIYer to keep track of all your work on multiple vehicles. This unit works on multiple different languages such as English, Russian, German, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Portuguese, Spanish, and many more. This unit also works great as a tablet, allowing you to surf the web on demand when looking for solutions for your vehicle problems. Aside from all that, this unit also gives you 8-in-1 PID graphing for live data so you can see more than one function on one display when doing repairs. So this CRP919 from Launch is a full-featured, professional-level OBD2 scan tool at a very DIY-friendly price. Makes a great gift for yourself or anyone that wants to be able to diagnose and fix any problem on any system in your modern vehicle. So let's take a little closer look at this guy and then we'll hook it up and see how it performs. Alright guys, let's take a little closer look at this guy, get a little bit better acquainted with it. I'm going to give you a real quick look at the unit right now. Then I'm going to dim down the lights, so I'm going to show you the screen a little bit better without any glare from the lights or any of that kind of stuff. So basically here you have a 7-inch touchscreen display. The unit itself is 8.5 inches by 6 inches by 1.5 in thickness. Nice little tablet, easy to take with you anywhere you need to go. Now, as far as the unit goes, here you have the power button on this side right here. Up here you have a couple of USBs, a USB-C and a USB-A. That way you can hook it up to power it up and so forth, and USB-C out if you need to, and USB-A also out and in if you want to hook it up to a printer or some other device like that. On the back here, you have the 8 megapixel camera that I mentioned previously. That way you can take pictures of your work, your progress, whatever you need to do. And it does have built-in speakers as if you need to listen to some audio or something like that while you're doing it, because this guy does work as a tablet. Like I mentioned previously, you can go on Google or you can go on any place else, do web searches, do any of that kind of stuff if you need to do some searching for some problem that you're having. So that's a look at the unit itself. Now the dongle itself, here is a look at the dongle. Not very big, about the size of your hand, something like that. There are some that are smaller out there. There are some that are bigger out there. So that's not too big. It's a convenient size. And here is the cable. And you hook this guy up to the dongle itself. You hook it up to there, and this part goes on your OBD2 port. So you hook this guy up to the dongle and you leave it in your vehicle, just hanging on there wherever it's convenient for you. And then it will transmit the signal to the unit itself. And it has a little power light right there on the front that tells you when it's hooked up properly, getting power, if it's having a communication problem, all that stuff. It'll display right on there right when you hook it up to your vehicle, and it gets power from the vehicle. This guy does not have a built-in battery like the scanner itself does. This guy gets powered by the OBD2 port on your vehicle. So when you hook it up, all these little guys will light up. So that's a real quick look at this guy. Hook it up there, and you can also hook it up right there. It has a USB port if you need to hook it up wired directly to your unit. If you need to do updates to it, any of that kind of stuff, that's what it's for. You can update the software inside this guy, hooking it up to the scanner itself. So that's pretty much how that guy goes. Now, let me turn down the lights and we'll get a closer look at this guy and see everything it can do. All right, guys, let's take a little closer look at the functions that this guy has. Now that I turned down the lights, we can look at the screen a lot better without any kind of glare. So you start off looking at, you have a choice for 2 different ways of diagnosing your vehicle: intelligent diagnosing and local diagnosing. With the intelligent diagnosing, what happens is that the unit does everything all by itself. You hook it up, you click that button, and then it'll do an auto VIN, it'll find the vehicle for you, it'll tell you everything that's wrong with it, it'll scan all the modules, it'll do a complete rundown automatically and tell you everything that's going on with your vehicle. When you look at the local diagnosing over there, you're totally fully in control of what you're checking. You can do OBD checks, or you can do automotive checks based on the vehicle manufacturer diagnosing methods. You can check local systems where you can go specifically to whatever modules you want. You're totally in control of everything that you want to do instead of getting a full rundown of everything that's going on. The software updates, basically, this guy hooks up to your Wi-Fi. Click on that, it'll tell you all the updates that are available. Right there, it's telling me there's 45 updates available. So then you just click on that and select the ones you want, or select all of them. Diagnosing history, basically it keeps track of all your work that you've done, and you can just save it under that file right there, save it based on the vehicle that you have, etc., and you can go back and check what you've done. Feedback, obviously, if you want to give them feedback. The service functions right there, that's all the special functions that you have. You click on that and you can go through and select all the different ones that you want. And you go through there and pick whatever service function it is that you want to do on your particular vehicle. And it has to be compatible with your given vehicle. Just because the scanner can do it doesn't mean that your software in your vehicle will have all these different things available. So keep mind of that. The mall is obviously, if you want to go to the Launch Mall, you want to buy more stuff, you can do that as well. Info Center, again, you could just get some information there, and you can do different things. You can do DTC lookup, technology, operation tips, all that kind of good stuff. And user info, that's your info. If you have a shop or something and you want to set up all your info, you can do that as well. And other modules, it gives you a whole lot of other things you can do. You have your calculator, you can record video, you can go on a browser right there, check your mail, system upgrade, all that kind of stuff. So you have, and you can keep track of obviously your images of whatever work you've done. You can keep track of all that stuff very conveniently. Like I said, it is a full tablet, so you can do whatever it is you want to do with it. So that gives you pretty much a rundown of everything this little guy can do. Now let's hook it up to the vehicle and do some diagnosing and see how that looks. All right, guys, so I have this hooked up to my vehicle now. Key on, engine off. So the engine's not off yet. Let's go ahead and start the diagnosing procedure. And we'll let it do it all by itself and go through there and see what it can do. All right, so when it finishes doing a scanning, then you get to this screen right here where you can select a lot of different things. You can do a health report, system selection, common functions, vehicle information, module programming, special functions, system scan, etc. So let's do a health report. And it'll go through basically and scan all the different systems in your vehicle and tell you if you have any problems or not. All right, then. So then we have a couple of DTCs right there, which really are not a problem. They may seem like a problem, but not a problem. The battery low voltage out of range, that's not a big deal because this is an old battery. It's on its last legs. So I'm probably going to have to replace that very soon. It's getting low in voltage, so that's not a big deal. The fog relay lamp circuit fault, that's not a big deal either because that probably happened the other day when I did another video for you guys. And what I did was I showed you how the power probe worked. And putting that on and off, the disconnecting it and so forth and moving it around to a different one, that's what caused that to happen. So that's not a big deal right there. What I can do is basically go through and clear the DTC. So I'm going to do that because basically everything else, you see the rest of it, it's all totally normal. There are no other codes aside from that. So I know those two right there are things that I caused. There's not a big deal. Go ahead and clear them. And yes, we want to clear them. And there you go. So we go back and everything now, it's totally normal. That's not a big deal. If it was a problem, it would have gone right back to it. Rescanning, let's do a rescan and see how that looks. There you go. Now, those codes did not come back because they were just memory codes. They're not really active codes. They're just memory codes that were set due to different things going on. Since I use this vehicle a lot to make videos and so forth, sometimes things will come up because I cause them myself by showing you how different things work. So there you go. That's easy to take care of that. Let's back out of here. And if you wanted to select the system, if you had a specific system you wanted to look at, you could do that right there, where you can go into the different things right there and select the different modules. That's all that's available for this vehicle. So you can select the different ones and so forth and select what it is that you want to look at. Or let's see, special functions on this vehicle, what is available. These are different ones that are available, where it's body, electrical, chassis, powertrain. Let's look at powertrain. And those are the different things that I can do on this vehicle. Not every vehicle will have all the different functions available. Every vehicle will be different. So there you go. That's what I can do on this guy here. And module programming, which I'm not going to do. There's no reason for that. Vehicle info just tells you everything about your vehicle, common functions. Let's see, I can do that. Oil reset, bleeding, IMMO, all that kind of stuff. I can take care of all that stuff. So quite a bit of different things you can do. Nope, let's not exit out of here. Quite a few things you can do right there. System scan should be the same as the one that I already did. And basically it just goes through and it does the scanning in a little different way. But in this case, it's scanning pretty much everything in your vehicle. Every system in your vehicle is checking it all. And that's pretty much it. It found everything in there and everything. It tells you what's equipped and what's not. So there you go. And then you can go through, I imagine, and select the different one. And you can go through it. And there you go. You can get more information on it, do different data stream, read fault codes, do all that kind of stuff. So you can go down, you can drill down as much as you want on a particular system if you like. And that way you can check for trouble codes, do diagnosing, all that kind of good stuff. So let's select some system here. Let's select the system right there and let's go through. Let's select the powertrain control module. All right, so let's see. In this case, let's do actuation test and see what is available for this vehicle. All right, so for this vehicle, we have quite a few different things that I can do actuation test on this guy. And the most common thing that I like to do to show you guys so I can demonstrate that this guy works properly is to do a fan control speed, because that's something that will not cause me any problems in the vehicle. I'm not going to break anything doing it, and you can hear it in the background when it goes off. So let me show you right there. You can see right there, fan control high speed is off right now, so I can turn that guy on. And you should be able to hear that in the background. I can turn it off. I can turn it back on. And you can hear that going on in the background. So there you go. I can do the same for the fan control low speed. And you can hear that going on in the background, but a little lower. Turn it off. Turn it back on. And I can turn it off. There you go. So that shows you the bi-directional controls right there shows you how easily that works for a multitude of different things in your vehicle. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with this vehicle right now, so I'm not going to cause any problems or errors for myself. But if you actually had a problem with a system that wasn't functioning properly, you could actually do the testing yourself using the bi-directional controls. So that's how convenient these guys are, because you can bypass the computer and so forth, or any electronic switching and so forth, have this scanner do the controlling for you, and then from there you can track down what's wrong with it. So let's get out of this screen right here, and then what we're going to do is let's do a little bit of data stream and see how the graphing and the data pids look. Let me turn on the vehicle and then we'll do that. All right, so you can hear the vehicle in the background. Let's read some data stream. And you can go on there and you have 0 of 245. So there's 245 different data streams that you could pick on there. And you scroll through there and you pick all the different things that are available. And I'm going to go through there and I'm going to pick some of them. And then that way we can graph them and see what that looks like. So I'm not going to keep you on camera here as I go through every single one of these guys. Let me go through and pick different ones. And the list goes on for look at that. It goes on for quite a long time. So let me go through and pick some data pids that we can look at, and then we'll be right back. All right, guys, so I went through and I selected a few different things that we can kind of look at in the graph and see exactly what it looks like. As you see right there, I picked out 8 data pids that we can take a look at, and you can select more or less, etc. But 8 is the maximum that you can put on one graph. So we're going to go through and look at that and see exactly what it looks like. So hit OK. And there you go. If you want to, this is one way to look at it. And you can see up there that I have selected the units in English, or you can go to metric if you want to do that. But it shows you right there. If you want to, you can scroll through this and you can see the 8 that I picked. Obviously, like I said, in this method here, you can select as many as you like, because all you do is scroll through them and see exactly what you're looking at. And then you can graph each individual one right there. You can graph them all individually. And you can graph, you can set up a report, or you can record everything that's going on if you want to keep track of it for future use. So let's go through and graph these guys. And you can see it this way, where you can look at a graph this way. That way you can see all 8 data pids together on one page, but on different graphs. That may be convenient at certain circumstances where you want to see them individually, but you want to kind of see them together on the same screen so you can judge what's going on. But you can also combine them, and then you get them all like that. But apparently when you go to one graph where basically you put it all together on one screen, it will only do 4 data pids at a time. And it has right here on the side, you can select anytime. You can take some off and put some other back on, like on that one. So it can be adjusted to whatever you want to see. You see, you can adjust it on there to whatever you want. So you can pick and unselect whichever one you want at a given time, showing you what's happening. So that could be rather convenient. But going back to the other method, this obviously is more convenient, where you can see all 8 together on one given page. So let me give the vehicle some gas and we'll see these guys move around. So there you go. That shows you what this guy looks like when you have all the different graphs together, and you can judge what's going on with each one. Or if you want to, you can combine them all and move this guy out of the way. And that way you can see everything that's going on right there based upon whatever you chose. If you want to, you can change that, take one off, put another one on. And the good thing is that it recorded all these guys. So you see, if I take it off, it'll show you whatever the other one was that I picked, and it basically superimposes it. You see right there, I'm moving it around, and that little area right there where all the activity happened, it puts back everything that was on there that took place at that given time. So that's a good thing. You could actually just move through all these different guys, and you can select whichever one, take that off, put that one back on, and it shows you exactly what happened. So it's live. It's recording all the data pids that you chose. It's just not putting them all on the same screen at the same time. But you could go through and basically just select the one you want and take off the one you don't. So that's kind of convenient in that way. That's a little different way of doing it from other scanners that I've seen. So that's fairly convenient right there. But you always have this way of doing it when you can select all different data pids together and see them all on the same screen at the same time. And if you want to look at it this way, just another shot of this screen again. If you want to look at it that way, because it's easier for you to read numerically, you can see whatever's going on there. And that can be fairly convenient depending on your type of diagnosing. Some people want to see a numeric reference. Some people may want to see a graph. It depends on how knowledgeable you are and what system it is that you're working with. This one at least gives you a good reference right there, telling you exactly what's going on and what range it should be in. So that can be quite useful right there. The graphing itself does not show you a range. And so you can pick one and take a look at that one. And then you can just go back and pick another one and take a look at that one, and it'll go from there. So that's fairly good right there. Let me give this guy a little gas and we'll see how that graph looks. So there you see what that little guy looks like right there when you're actually looking at one particular PID that you want to analyze. So that's pretty cool. And then you can just get out of here, go back to the home page, and you start all over again on a different vehicle or doing whatever diagnosing you want to do. So there you have it. All right, guys, there you have it. A review and demonstration of a very affordable OBD2 scanner from Launch. I think this guy did a great job. It's compact and easy to use, has a convenient and very easy to navigate 7-inch touchscreen, runs on the latest Android 10 operating system, and is a full system diagnostic tool. Aside from that, it's very reasonably priced. At around $400, it's a mid-range scanner with full OBD features that any auto enthusiast would love to have. If you've been looking for an affordable and full-featured scanner for yourself or to give to someone as a gift, then this is one that you may want to look into. Check out the links below for all the details. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye for now.